Hi, I'm Jim Grafer. So history is fun, and the stories and historical characters are fascinating. The stories are written by the great historians and writers of our time using the narratives of the great leaders and the great storytellers of their times. But sometimes we get the stories that kind of conflict with each other, or that upon deeper thought don't really make total sense. So we want more information, something to add a little objectivity to those historical accounts, some evidence that tell us what actually happened and why. Economic theory and data can do this for us. Economics tells us that the choices that people and nations make reveal what they want, what they truly value, what they're willing to fight for. The data, mostly records by governments and businesses and households, provide relatively objective information on the choices that they actually have made. So let me just give you a little example. Americans love the narrative of the self-sufficient farmers of early America. Thomas Jefferson himself sang their praises. These heroic American families, and here I paraphrase, they made their own shoes, linens, woolens, and straw hats. They made their own sheets, blankets, towels, and tablecloths. They produced their own beef, pork, lard, cheese, butter, and bread. Of course, the farmers' families were, out of necessity, Jacks and Jills of all trades. But were early American farmers really mostly self-sufficient? If you think about it, self-sufficiency would have required farmers to raise an absurdly long list of animals, grains, and vegetables, and to own a huge toolbox of equipment for making the stuff they needed. But we don't find these items in inventories in probate or estate sales. And furthermore, if most American farmers really were self-sufficient, we would find that markets and exports of agricultural goods would have been small, not large, like we see in the data. Ultimately, the evidence suggests that it's not likely that American farmers were mostly self-sufficient. Instead, they specialized in a few products and traded their surplus for the stuff they needed in their home. But it's economic analysis that helped us get to these conclusions and gave us insight into how early American farmers actually lived, as opposed to their idealistic narratives. Join me as we examine the important events of the first 100 years of American economic history. We'll examine, with stories, economic theory, and data, the events leading to the American Revolution, the Industrial Revolution, American economic growth and wealth, the economics of slavery, and the events leading to secession and the American Civil War. Fridays at noon from April 1 to May 13th. I'll see you there.